Hello student and welcome to Standard 10 Geometry class. Children, in previous class we have started this new chapter 6 triangles, and we have also discussed the difference between congruent figures and similar figures. So I hope you have understood. So in there we have seen that two circles are always similar. Also two squares, two equilateral triangles are always similar. Similar figures are those figures which have same shape but their size may be different. Okay, so on the basis of this knowledge you can solve your first exercise 6.1 very easily. So let us see this exercise 6.1. So it's objective type. Fill in the blanks using the correct word given in the brackets. First one, all circles are dash. So children, we have seen all circles are similar circles, right? Why? They have same shape. Their radii may be different. So all circles are similar. So the correct option is similar. Now the second fill in the blanks. All squares are dash. So what is the answer? All squares are similar, whatever may be the length of their side. Third one, all dash triangles are similar. So the answer is all equilateral triangles are similar. And the fourth is two polygons of the same number of sides are similar if their corresponding angles are what? Equal, and their corresponding sides are proportional. Right? What is the meaning of proportional? If the ratio of corresponding side is equal, we say they are proportional. So this is all about fill in the blanks. Now next question, give two different examples of pair of number 1 similar figures and number 2 non-similar figures. That means you have to give two examples of similar figures and two examples of non-similar figures. So let us see what are similar figures. Again, I have drawn the diagram. Any two equilateral triangles are similar figure. Now B, any two squares are similar figure. Isn't it? From the diagram you can make out. Now next we will give two examples of non-similar figures. So here are non-similar figures. A triangle and a quadrilateral are non-similar figures, right? Neither their sides are in proportion nor their angles are equal. Okay. And the second example, a circle and a triangle are the examples of non-similar figure. So this is very simple. Now question number 3. State whether the following quadrilaterals are similar or not. So children, here you have given two quadrilateral. The first quadrilateral is quadrilateral PQRS and the second one is quadrilateral ABCD. So in PQRS, here the lengths given, all sides are equal and the length is 1.5 centimeter. Okay, and here in quadrilateral ABCD, it's a square and length of each side is 3 centimeter and each angle 90 degree. So what can you say about these two quadrilaterals? Are they similar? So let us check one by one. If I take the ratio of their corresponding sides, suppose PQ upon AB. So what will be the ratio? 1.5 upon 3. And if you simplify, you will get 1:2. Okay, so everywhere the ratio is same, 1:2, 1:2. But what can you say about the angles? Are their angles same, equal? No. So, on observing the given figures, we find that quadrilateral PQRS and ABCD are not similar, as their corresponding sides are proportional. Proportional means ratio equal, 1:2. But their corresponding angles are not equal. If any of the two condition does not satisfy, the diagram or figure cannot be similar figure. Okay, for similarity, both the conditions should be true. So now, as I told you earlier, in this chapter we will learn similarity of triangles only. So triangles are a special type of polygons. The study of their similarity is very important. So two triangles are said to be similar if their corresponding angles are equal and their corresponding sides are in same ratio or proportion. Okay. Now children, this is basic proportionality theorem. In short, we can say BPT. That abbreviation is allowed in board exam. Or Thales theorem. You have to learn both the names. You remember both the names. Either basic proportionality theorem or Thales theorem. And this is very important theorem. So theorem says, if a line is drawn parallel to one side of the sides of a triangle to intersect the other two sides in distinct points, then the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. Let me explain the statement. So what is given? A triangle is given here. Suppose this is a triangle ABC, right? In this triangle, line DE is parallel to BC. Okay, and this line DE, it intersects side AB at point D and side AC at point E. So because of this line DE, AB and AC, they are divided in two parts. Okay, so the ratio of those divided part is equal. That we have to prove. That is, AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC. This is what we have to prove, right? So given in triangle ABC, DE parallel to BC and DE intersect AB and AC at point D and E respectively. So to prove AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC. Right. Now we need to do some construction here. So for that, you join BE, join CD and draw EF perpendicular to AB and DG perpendicular to AC. So after drawing these construction, your diagram will look like this. Okay, I have joined BE, DC, EF is perpendicular to AB and DG is perpendicular to AE. So diagram is ready. Now children, proof is very simple. You know what is the formula for area of any triangle? Formula is half into base into height. That's all. That formula you need to apply 4 times and take the ratio, nothing else. So for that, first of all, let us consider the upper triangle ADE. Take this triangle. In this triangle ADE, this EF is perpendicular to AD, right? That means AD is the base and EF is the height. So therefore area of triangle ADE is half into base into height, that is equal to half. Base is AD and height is EF, right? Now come to the down triangle DBE, this triangle. Now for triangle DBE, what is the base? BD is the base and EF is the height. EF being perpendicular drawn from vertex E along the base BD. So this is the height for triangle DBE also. So area of triangle DBE is half into DB into EF. Now you take ratio of these two areas. So left hand side, area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle DBE. So this half and half will get cancelled. So in the numerator, AD into EF divided by DB into EF. Again EF and EF will get cancelled. So area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle DBE is equal to AD upon DB. Give this as equation number 1. Right. Now again come to the diagram. Again consider upper triangle ADE, but this time you take height as DG because DG is perpendicular to AE. So AE is the base and DG is the height. So apply formula. Area of triangle ADE is half into AE into DG. And now down triangle DCE or ECD, here again DG is the height and EC is the base. So apply half into EC into DG. Now you take a ratio of these two areas. So area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle ECD, half will get cancelled. AE into DG upon EC into DG. Again this DG and DG will get cancelled from numerator and denominator. So you will get AE upon EC. Give this as equation number 2. Now children, you compare your equation 1 and 2, especially left hand side. So what you will see, left hand side numerator in both the places area of triangle ADE, and in second equation also numerator is area of triangle ADE. So the numerators are same. Now let us see what are their denominator. Denominator of equation 1 is area of triangle DBE and here area of triangle ECD. Now from the diagram you see DBE and ECD, both the triangles, they have same base DE and they lie between two parallel lines. That means their base is same, their height is same. So naturally their area will be equal. So that means the left hand side of equation 1 and 2 is same. So since triangle DBE and triangle ECD being on the same base DE and between the same parallel lines DE and BC, so therefore area of triangle DBE is equal to area of triangle ECD. Give this as equation 3. So when you will combine this equation 1, 2 and 3, because the left hand side is same, so therefore their right hand side is also same. So you will get AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC. That means D and E divide the sides AB and AC in the same ratio. Okay, so this is all about your basic proportionality theorem. So from this theorem we can derive 2 more results, but that we will see in the next lesson. So until then you practice this, you do writing practice. Try to write the statement of your own given to prove diagram and the proof. So please do writing practice. So that's all for today's lesson, children. We'll meet in the next lesson. Till then, thank you and goodbye.